Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rose's Randoms here, and today we are going to be going through chapters 27 through 30 of The Only One Left by Riley Sager. And guys, it is getting really into this book, and I'm so excited to share with y'all what has been going on so far, because this book is crazy. Let's get right on into it. So in chapter 27, we have Kit sleeping in the adjoining room next to Lenora's room, and tonight she decides that she's going to sleep with the door open and try to stay awake because she's trying to catch whatever is going on in Lenora's room at night. She wants to see who's walking back and forth. However, I'm assuming she falls asleep because she wakes up to that adjoining door being closed. And when she goes to Lenora's room to make sure that she's okay, she sees that Lenora is awake and she's pressing the call button for Kit to come and help her. And then she also sees the typewriter has paper in it, and on the typewriter is written, "It's all your fault." And so Kit asks her what's going on, and then she goes, "Wait, let me guess, your sister?" And Lenora taps twice for yes. So it's like, at this point, it's like, so is Lenora lying? Like, what's going on here? In my opinion, there's definitely somebody who's coming in and out of that room because she heard footsteps, right? So if Lenora is immobile, it only makes sense that there is somebody that's coming in and out of that room. But like, I don't know, like, I don't think Lenora is faking. Like, that to me just sounds crazy, right? Okay. So in chapter 28, Kit, who's only been working there for a little bit of time, she calls all the staff up into that room because she's like, I'm trying to find out what's going on. And she asks them who did this. And it's like, of course, if somebody's doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing, they're not going to admit it, especially not to you. But okay, she asks them who did it, right? Because she's had enough of this. But something dawns on Kit, and she starts to wonder, maybe Lenora has always been faking. Like, what if she actually does have function in that hand and she's just faking? So Kit takes it upon herself to go and test this out. And so Lenora actually has a snow globe in her possession that her parents gifted to her when she was younger. And this is one of the only memories that she has like left of her parents. But that doesn't make sense because it's just dawning on me that it doesn't make sense because they live in the same house that she's lived in her entire life. So it makes no sense that that's the only thing. Maybe that's the only thing her parents gifted her, but I digress. So there's this snow globe, and Kit has decided, I'm gonna test this out because if she really does care for this possession, if she's gonna catch it, right? And no matter what, even if her hand does not work, she's gonna catch this thing to protect it from breaking. And so what does Kit do? Well, at first she's like, before the snow globe, she starts like throwing random stuff at her hand, but you know, her hand doesn't move. And so she's like, you know what, I'm gonna do the snow globe. And so she drops the snow globe onto Lenora's hand. Lo and behold, the snow globe breaks because Lenora doesn't have function of her hand and she can't grasp it. And so Lenora gasps because she's just like, you just broke the only thing that I had from my parents and now it's gone. My thoughts also, I think at this point I was actually thinking back to like, okay, who is going into Lenora's room? And like, I was wondering also, maybe somebody in the house is like dressing up as Virginia, Lenora's sister, and maybe they're pretending to be Virginia, and maybe that's why possibly Mary thought like, oh, she really did see Virginia when she didn't. Like, that's a possibility. Although, like, I mean, I don't think it's far-fetched because I think the people in this house might just be a little bit loony. So I do think it's possible. So I think that's one of my theories. And then, you know, also Kit has just like broken a pretty important family heirloom. And like, girl, I'd be so angry if I was Lenora. Like, I know she can't talk and I know she can't do anything, but deep down inside, I know I would be so angry at this girl. There's no way, like, you don't believe me and you choose a prized possession to test it out on my hand? Absolutely not. Okay, so we go back to this letter that Lenora is writing, in which we find out some pertinent information. So at some point, her and her sister are listening on the other side of their parents' door while they're arguing. And we overhear that Lenora is actually not her father's biological child, and that she is only her mother's biological child, and that she should be grateful that he took her in to save face for her so that she wouldn't look bad to other people that she had a child out of wedlock. So the girls run back to their room, and then Virginia doesn't seem surprised by this at all. And in fact, she already knows this. I'm assuming maybe she overheard them talking about it prior to this, because otherwise it doesn't make sense that she knows this. But yeah, she tells Lenora, like, yeah, like, mom got pregnant with you by a servant at her house, and to save her from embarrassment, dad married her. And it's just like, it's not that crazy, to be honest with you, but it's just more so, it's like, girl, how you, like, and also, like, you hate your sister that much. Like, why do y'all hate each other so much? I just want to, like, find out why exactly they hate each other so much, because to me, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? Like, I get the Lenora not liking that Virginia always wants to like the guys that she likes. Yeah, that would be quite annoying. Maybe even coming on to them. I guess it makes sense why they kind of don't like each other. But I just feel like I need more information. Anyways, so once they have this little chat, Lenora goes to her mother's room. And she pretty much just asked her mother, like, oh, is this true? Like, is what she just found out true? And her mother confirms that it is. But shortly after, her mother passes out from taking that combination drug that she was taking to take the pain away. And so Lenora sees this and she starts to panic, and it seems like her mother has lost her pulse, and it appears that her mother has actually passed away. So chapter 29 is actually very quick. We find Kit trying to apologize to Lenora for breaking that precious snow globe, and she asks her what she could possibly do to make it up for her. And Lenora types out that she wants to go outside, and Kit is like, well, Miss Baker's not gonna like that, because Miss Baker says that you're not supposed to go outside. But then Kit comes up with this exchange that they can make, and the exchange is that if Kit does take Lenora outside, Lenora will tell her what happened to that baby that she supposedly had. Now, while she's talking to Lenora, Miss Baker comes in and she tells Kit that there is a man waiting for her downstairs. And when she goes and she sees this man, it's actually her father, who has come to tell her to come home, stop working here. I found out who you were working for through Mr. Gerling. I can't believe you didn't think that I was gonna find out, yada, yada, yada. And Kit is just like, I'm fine, go home. Because she's annoyed with her dad because he has not spoken to her like in an actual conversation for so long, and he suddenly wants to come and tell her like, you can't work here or you need to come home. And so in her head she's like, absolutely not, I'm gonna stay, and she closes the door in his face. So in chapter 30, Kit waits for Miss Baker, Archie, and Carter to leave to go to the funeral of Mary. And once they leave, she takes Lenora in her wheelchair and bounces that old lady down all of those stairs to take her outside. And once they're outside, she takes her out the wheelchair and lays her on the grass, and they start talking. And, you know, Kit is like, you know, in exchange, remember, you're gonna have to tell me what happened to this baby. And Lenora's trying to be like, no. And listen, if I took your behind down all these stairs, you gonna tell me what happened to this baby, even though I know she broke her snow globe, but still. Like, you even made me look stupid a couple chapters back when you lied to the detective that you couldn't type. So come on now, an eye for an eye. So eventually Lenora does tell Kit about the baby, and when Lenora asks her, was it a girl or a boy? Lenora says it was a boy. Kit asks her, do you know what happened to him? Lenora says no, but the baby was taken away from her. And so, you know, Kit's like, she needs to find out more. So she decides to run back upstairs to get the typewriter and lug it back down so that Lenora can type out everything that's happened. However, by the time she comes back downstairs with the typewriter, Lenora, Archie, and Carter are already back from the funeral. I don't know how long they've been outside, but it's like, girl, you should have gotten straight into trying to ask this lady what happened to this baby, because I don't know. How long was that funeral? But yeah, so they're back, and Miss Baker is pissed because she's like, no, absolutely not. I told you not to take this woman outside, and she's outside. But it's also like, why are you so mad that she's outside? There's something behind that. There's no way. Why are you so upset that this woman is outside? Why? Just why? So back to Lenora typing. We find out that Lenora's mother is actually still alive. So she didn't actually overdose, but she probably was about to. She's still alive. And Lenora starts to get concerned for her own health because, you know, she's pregnant and she has not seen a doctor since she became pregnant. And she can't use the family doctor, obviously, because that's gonna let the cat out of the bag, even though I don't know how she thinks she's gonna hide a pregnancy. Like, throughout the book, she's been saying that, like, you know, people have noticed her getting bigger, but they just thought that she was gaining weight. And like, I know some women don't really show that much, but I'm wondering how little was she showing? Because, you know, a belly has a certain shape, like when you're pregnant, but okay. So because she's worried about this and because she knows she can't go to the family doctor, she decides that she has to ask someone else to help her because she can't ask her mother. She definitely can't ask her sister. So what she lands on is that she has to find help from her father's mistress. Now, I find it weird that she said mistress and not one of his mistresses, because her father had a lot of mistresses. Like, he was having an affair with several servants in that house. So it's just odd that, like, she says one particular mistress and she doesn't even know who the mistress is that she's talking about. It's like, I guess she's deciding, like, whoever she catches is who she's gonna catch to help her, because she decides that she gonna wait until after her father is done having sexual relations with one of the servants. She decides to hide it out in the library, and then she intercepts the woman who is coming out of the billiard room, and that woman is Miss Baker. And Lenora's like, it's you? And Miss Baker sighs and she's like, yes, it's me. And it's like, lady, why you sighing? Like, you know damn well what you've been doing. Like, I mean, I can only think that it's because, or for money or something, or maybe all of these servants were doing it. I mean, I don't know how old this man is, but there's no way all of these women are just like so happy to like lay down with this man, right? He seems insufferable. His only thing is that he has money, which I think I briefly mentioned before this. They're kind of in debt. So like, I mean, I don't know. But anyways, so that was chapters 27. Yes, that was chapters 27 through 30 of The Only One Left by Riley Sager. And I really do think it's getting juicy. It's been juicy, honestly. It's getting juicy. I'm thoroughly enjoying this book. So please give this video a like if you liked it. Please comment down below what are your thoughts on this section and what are your theories if you have any, or what do you think about my theories? I'm interested to know. So yeah, guys, remember to subscribe as well. All right, bye.